Yeah, so anyway, Richard doesn't like his new shocks. And you can see he's just going through all of the travel, just squishing on it. And he's got maximum in the airbags, and he's got the heaviest springs. Yeah, we're gonna go that way. And he's got like maximum compression on the dials. But he's just blowing through all the travel if he just like steps on that thing a little bit. It's got plenty of power, as you can see, that Lynx S. I haven't really been trying to rip. He really rips on these fire roads. I usually just save it for the downhill. I don't know if you can even hear me over the wind noise when I get going this fast either. That's kind of a part of it as well. But yeah, Lynx S suspension is kind of leaving a lot to be desired, we'll say.
This thing is amazing.
Power is crazy though, right?
It's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like my regular Lynx. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm constantly having to back off. It's wanting to stutter.
The dirt's kind of like perfect right now too.
I mean,
super grippy.
Put some of my stock shocks, I won't be happy.
Yeah, he wants to put the OG Lynx shocks into this wheel instead of what a lot of other people were gonna do. I think myself included was even thinking about it. But also what you could try to do is just like go over the maximum recommended for those airbags. Maybe you just go to 100.
Well, I don't know how these things, I mean, are these things like, will they rupture?
There's only, I mean, if they're not working for you, who cares if they rupture?
Well, I mean, if they don't work like that, I mean, this is something that Leaper Kim should maybe think about and say, okay, well, maybe it's not working for everybody, and then redesign something and hand something out.
Nice.
It really feels fucking...
Oh, I caught a little bush.
Way nicer than the Lynx regular one.
This shit smells so good. Yeah, it's like the power, and then it looks like, you know, the suspension is working really well on anything that's not like
dude, that
high speed compression
that I had.
Yeah.
Dude, it was nothing.
Yeah.
Bam!
It's like it's breathing way easier because it's not progressive, but it has nothing when you go on like a drop or something.
The bottom, man, just is so close. It just seems like I'm... all the regular...
So you only have 60 PSI, right? You said the max was 70?
Yeah, 70. I have it at 64 now.
Ah, shucks that you don't have the little thingy. I'd want to see what it's like at like 70 and then maybe even like 75, see if you feel a difference.
As long as I don't avoid, you know, I'm not trying to break something intentionally with putting too much air and make it, you know.
Yeah, maybe.
If that's what's supposed to raise me up.
Yeah, I don't know. You just gotta like fuck with it and see what all the settings do.
Not even a little.
Yeah, it's not working as a preload adjuster. So there's basically no preload adjuster. But like I'm saying though, like, dude, it looks really good.
No, it feels really
on
nice.
Like,
as long as it's small chatter.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it's bottoming out just when you need like a lot of support.
You take a landing.
It's just not that much travel too.
Too much flat.
Yeah.
You don't hit the landing correctly and take the landing. Taking the landing is just
that, and then like when you hit a jump,
loud when you land it right.
Yeah, but when you hit a jump too, it like fucking really bites into the suspension.
Yesterday's, what was it, step up? We just felt
like
it took a lot of energy out of it as soon as I took the bottom of the jump.
Yeah, like you think you're going fast enough, but then all your speed gets put into the suspension. Like all of your energy gets eaten up by the suspension instead of pushing off the lip.
For a normal rider going out there and doing, I mean, city riding, this thing's beautiful.
Yeah, I can see that.
I was kicking ass in the street.
It looks like the suspension's supporting you well through like a nice ride, but like as soon as it's like boom, heavy hammer, just blows through.
But I'm also one of those riders who, I use my butt. I see so many riders sit there just stiff, and they're depending on the wheel entirely.
I think that's just newbies.
Yeah, I'm really slow. I soak a lot of it up, and it's still having a hard time.
Yeah, totally. No, I for the like 15 minutes I was on one, I just felt like it was blowing through the travel whenever I needed it to like stand up to something.
I'm gonna follow you with this. I can't see nothing right now.
Oh man.
Well, we can go back in and run it again with my glasses.
Okay. We'll see how muddy it is right now anyway. I don't think I'm gonna hit the one big one because the berm thing after it is always so greasy muddy. So yeah, not that one. Don't hit that one because, yeah, because that. We don't want to land in that right now. Woo! Drifting. We were drifting, brother. That was me. I was sideways, bro. I was churning and burning. Shifty. Yep. Dropping in, across the rut. I was gonna say watch I'll case it because of suspension, but he didn't even go for it. Ugh. Oh, that looks weird. Looks like some freaking snack pack chocolate pudding on the side of the trail right there. Yep. Oh yeah, buddy. Go deep, go deep, go deep. Yeah.
Jeez, man, I feel like I'm gonna break something.
Because you're just bottoming out so hard?
Oh yeah, dude.
He said he felt like I'm gonna break something. So that's why I'm such a fan of this wheel here, the F18. F18 because, yeah, you can just make the suspension however you want without having to like take the wheel apart and swap parts out. You just put air in or take air out and you can pretty much get it feeling however you want to. The Lynx S is great for somebody like Richard that, you know, he's doing this crazy gnarly off-roading, but he's a lot heavier of a dude. And so he needs that power. I've not been lacking power on any of these modern wheels, and like, you know, since the Lynx came out, everything's pretty much had enough power for me. Even the 134 volt X-Way like is totally fine for my style of riding. I don't really crank it on like roads like this or uphills or anything like that. I love to ride the downhill trails. And so yeah, power, not really a big concern for me. Suspension is like huge. It's probably the most important characteristic of a wheel for me. And so yeah, I like riding this wheel because like when I went out to the desert to ride Johnson Valley, I just dropped the suspension pressure, the air pressure in the shocks, dropped that down to 150 and let a little bit of air out of my tires, and boom, I was ready to go. Come back out on the trails here, put more air back in the suspension and in the tire, and I'm ready to rip. The tuning is just so easy because the window of tuning for this wheel is just incredibly vast compared to these other wheels where you just need to swap out parts, and like it's a guessing game of what part's going to be right and stuff.
Would you mind if I check my shocks since we're here?
Yeah, let's go. Do whatever we got to do while we're at the car. Make the ride worth it.
Horrible.
He's not liking those shocks, man.
Yep.
Yeah, so he maxed out whatever that freaking adjuster is, the airbag, and it doesn't really seem to be doing much for him. I'm sure if he went softer, it would just be worse.
It almost feels worse.
Right, because it's like not as breathable now. It's choking it out a little bit, maybe.
That's not great.
Well, we'll see how it feels on the chatter.
Same thing?
Yeah, we'll go do the same thing. So, although we also adjusted his suspension, we were really going back to the truck so he could get his glasses, and then we forgot those again. But check out how awesome the snow on the mountains looks. That's pretty cool. I've been snowboarding a couple times this year. Definitely gonna go this Friday as well. But I guess since I have a minute, we're gonna take a little moment to talk about how to pick a wheel. I don't have much time because yeah, he's already on his way back and he's gonna be fast. But it's like the number one question I get asked in the comments of all my videos is like, you know, what do you prefer between the wheels that you've tried? And you know, I get it. I would obviously want to ask that question too. But so like when I first started, I got an RS19, and that's because I wanted to do like things that Shibby was doing, not jumping canyons, but like before he ever did that, he was just doing big jumps on his RS19, and I was like, well, if the RS19 can do that when he's riding it, like it can do that if I'm riding it, or at least, you know, I can use it to jump wheels. It's gonna be good enough for me if it's good enough for him, basically, right? The first rule, don't get like a brand new wheel until it's been ridden by like a bunch of people. Obviously, a bunch of people are gonna have to take that bullet, but yeah, don't get caught up into like having to always have the next greatest wheel, because if you just wait another couple of months, the hype's gonna shift anyway. So yeah, that being said, buy something that's proven. And the second rule is like, you know, like I was saying about, I just bought what Shibby was riding. Like you can always just look towards, you know, the people that are doing the stuff that you want to be doing, and, you know, maybe take into account their size, because on an electric self-balancing thing, that's definitely going to be a factor. And yeah, it's like even with skiing, like when I started skiing, I bought skis that, you know, the freestyle skiers were using, because that saved me a lot of headache. I didn't have to try to figure out what are the correct type of skis, because with skis there's actually so many different kinds. And also with snowboards, you know, it's like you can not know what the hell all these rockers and stuff mean, and that's like the curvature of the board. If you don't know snowboarding, there's actually like a lot of different ways that the board is like shaped, that does different things for different styles of riding, and it can be so confusing to try to figure it out. Even skateboarding, right? There's different widths and stuff like that. If you've ever been into any of that kind of stuff, and mountain bikes, there's different suspension travel, you know what I mean? And so you just look towards, you know, what are people using that are doing the things you want to be doing, and then you get a setup like theirs. It's pretty much as simple as that. So there doesn't need to be you don't really need to ask about every wheel that comes out. In my videos, I pretty much just try to show that like all of these wheels that I have can do the same job pretty much. It's just, you know, certain ones are going to be faster a little bit in different terrains, and that only matters if you're racing, right? But yeah, it's pretty easy to pick out a wheel if you know what you want to do with the wheel, and you can find other people that have been doing the same thing and just kind of copy them. Oh, I don't like doing that one to flat. I like the landing, but the landing's greasy right now. Yeah, he's bottoming out. Oh yeah, where's that turn where I went drifting? That was scary. I think we already passed it. Long boy. That's the one you were talking about that's got ruts. Yeah, you kind of just go around them. Yeah, if you're on the right, you avoid him pretty good.
Why? Because I can see him this time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he didn't have his glasses before either.
Continue?
Yeah.
All right.
The same way we always go. Is this way.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, we go this way every time. That's because you never lead. You're always just following. You don't know where you're going.
Much better follower.
Yeah, and then you gotta go this way.
This one.
That's funny. Yeah, you would actually not know where you were going if you were here alone.
I really don't.
Boing. Richard says he's definitely putting the old shocks in this wheel.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. What happened?
Overshot it.
We're going this way. I'll let him pass again right here.
There you go.
All right, let's study the Lynx S if I can catch back up to him. It's always kind of hard to match speeds when we're trying to ride and film someone. Whoa, da, 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 da. If I go too fast to try to catch up to him, I might have to slow down at a weird time. Oh, you better rail it, better rail it. Okay. Did not rail it. Ah, it's way scarier going through it like that. I was able to make the gap anyway. But man, I'm always amazed by how well Richard can keep a wheel on track down these hills. Pretty much just like me, but with a lot more weight behind the tire. Whoa!
Horrible shocks.
Horrible shocks, he says. Whoa! I almost followed you off a cliff. Hit the diving board. Yeah, perfect. Oh, where else can you get follow cam like this?
So much.
Ah! Fucking. Oh shit, brother. I followed you on a real bad line. Follow cam's a dangerous game. There needs to be a little more dirt in front of that first rock. We used to be able to bonk that good. Now it's too heavy. Squishy. Woo! Yep.
The Jono pick me up.
Hell yeah.
I'm so tired, bro.
I hope my camera's not too muddy. He was spitting at me. Nice rock garden speed. You just gotta commit and you can jump that shit. Sender, bud.
So tired.
Oh, that was a good one.
You suck dick.
Ah,
Leaper, is your camera on?
yeah.
For us heavy guys,
Get in the sun.
Kim, you didn't do us any justice.
Yeah,
Okay?
this is the most support you can get on a shock right now. He's got the heaviest
This is
springs and
bullshit.
it's maxed out.
From what it used to be.
So yeah, I guess like what we're trying to get to is like this thing's got outstanding reviews across the board, right? But like, who's doing the off-roading with it? Because if we get the guy,
I'm so tired, dude. I had to soak it up and just make it soft. Make it so it wasn't so impactful on everything.
yeah. So basically, it's like they offer 3 different weight ranges for these springs, right? The maximum one should be able to support Richard. Richard was doing fine on the regular Lynx's shocks with the maximum weight spring or whatever, right? And so it's like, who's even going to be able to ride the not 70-pound one, you know, the middle and the low end one? You're going to have to be like 110 pounds or something. They should have made it be able to support, you know, the same type of riding that the last shocks could support, but it's like you need another step up in suspension weight now.
As far as the wheel goes overall, huge improvement.
Yeah, the power he's been
Because,
loving.
Like, I'm not one of those guys that gets that top end torque, right?
Yeah.
It's always the low end where I'm really deep into it and I could feel the thing just stuttering. Before this one, I have not felt anything slightly close to feeling like it's gonna let me down.
Yeah, doing the craziest trail riding, putting all of your body into it. It's not stuttering at all, right? It's just got the power for you.
'Cause I
You
would
feel
get
like you
my-
have headroom still.
Yes, my
Yeah,
regular
that's
Lynx,
great.
I always had to be on that wary side of, okay, because I'm always, you know, all my wheels I've had before, I've dumped them and shit, and everybody claims on the videos, oh this, all that. Well, and I don't go out there and put in the miles everybody else does.
Yeah.
I go out there and I get it, but you know, some of these guys that go out there and purchase these wheels are going off your guys' word and shit is.
Yeah. I'll get into position.
She does. She's done like hair.
You guys can go.
Okay. We're gonna do underdrive. Oh, that berm's nice now. That berm used to be just a big rut, so you'd have to thread the needle like super carefully. Woohoo! This trail starts off kind of mild, and then it starts getting pretty sweet right around here. Whoa! And hopefully there's no hidden mud in the shadows, because that might take us out unexpectedly. Oh, like this. Gotta be careful of that kind of stuff. Nice little jumps on this trail. Ah, but I gotta be kind of careful right now. It's a bummer. Oh yeah, yeah, we like to hit that a little harder. Oh, but we gotta know what's coming with the mud situation. We don't want to be hitting a jump and then overcooking it into some muddy mud. All right, I like that step up too. I'm glad I was able to hit that. But yeah, that corner after that step up is like, you know, uphill, so it slows you down anyway. If it was a downhill corner after a jump, that's when you really got to be careful, because you're going to be just like this, taking way too much speed into some greasy, slippery mud, and you're not going to be able to make your turn. Woohoo! I always forget how to get like over there to jump into this thingy. I always like, I know it's coming, but I always think I have like another split second before I have to make the turn. I'm always wrong. And yeah, this is not very exciting. I'm not railing this stuff because the shade is really wet and slippery. The dirt is. You probably can't tell super easily from the camera, but yeah, it's a greasy slick fest in the shade here. All right, oh boy, never know how that dirt's gonna feel on this first pass in the rainy aftermath of the rain. And then there's a little trail merge right here. Yep! I like to just shout because I can't really stop. And some mud right there, don't go off trail. I wasn't carrying the speed to clear that boy. Oh, there's some mud right there. And then we got a little rock gap we got to hit on the way out here.
Rim safe.
Yep. Yeah, Richard says it's almost like being back on like a non-suspension wheel, how exhausted he is after only a couple trails, because he's just having to work so hard to keep that wheel from feeling like a harsh bottom out. So yeah, after like one jumping mouse and one good solid overdrive pull, it's just sapped his energy. So yeah, I don't know what you're doing over there, Leaper Kim, but you need to make some more supportive suspension. This new Lynx S shock cannot stand up to the old Lynx shock. It's more comfortable, but can't become as supportive as you need it to be. And we don't want to just sacrifice support for comfort. We want to be able to tune it however we want it to be. All right, here we go. One more again on jumping mouse. Richard is loving the power, hating the suspension of the Lynx S, which is, you know, what I pretty much determined after riding it at Sycamore for about 10 minutes. So yeah, I agree. The suspension on that thing sucks. I didn't try the 70 pounds, so like maybe the 70 pounds would be better for someone like me, but basically they've lost the upper end of their range, meaning like they've lost, like the heavier riders can't be supported by their suspension system anymore. Woo! Which is a bummer. They need to have an equal range of riders still. Whee! I love that long boy. Oh, dude, I'm hearing some crazy smacks coming from behind me from Richard. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how he likes it after he puts the other, the old springs into it, the OG Lynx shocks. So just gonna throw those in there, and yeah, we'll probably be riding with him next weekend, and we'll see how he likes it. I'm hearing some crazy sounds. I think he's bottoming out back there. And yeah, man, I am loving the F18. As you're all aware, you know, it does that one thing sometimes when I'm like landing a jump on the brakes, or like going through chatter on the brakes, like before a turn or something. The mudguard like rattles around. And yeah, it's like annoying, but I trust it now that nothing bad's gonna happen. I've been just, you know, riding through it, and it's always been fine. So no wheel's perfect. Like we were saying before in this video, if you want to know which wheel to pick, which is like a huge topic in the comments all the time, what wheel should I get? Like I'm saying, the Lynx S seems to be built more for street and light off-road. If you're doing jumps and drops, that suspension is not holding up. What's that?
Great shocks for the cookie splitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like light off-road and street. I bet it's like a dream on street. And yeah, it definitely has more power. They did not fall short there. But yeah, a lot of people are going to be wondering, like, should I get the Lynx S? Personally, I'm all about the F18 right now. I would not go back to my OG Lynx. I would not go to a Lynx S. The Apex is like a headache machine to me, so yeah, definitely not getting my vote. The X-Way, pretty damn good actually for being a Begode, especially. Like, I would never want to glaze Begode, but I actually do like my, whoa, it got rough right there. I actually do like my X-Way a lot. It just has a really weird thing that happens when you are like really racing on it, and the toes will get like progressively further down and then just drop your ass. So yeah, that happened to me at Amped 2025, and so I like the X-Way, but I don't really trust it as much anymore. So like by process of elimination basically, and by trying all of these wheels that are, you know, deemed the off-road wheels, I've tried them all, and I'm thinking the F18 is where I put my money. So, you know, take that as you will. You don't have to trust me, but yeah, I'm not riding the F18 for any other reason that I think that it's actually, by process of elimination, just the best wheel. No wheels are perfect, but I think it's the best out of what I have to choose from. So hopefully you got something out of this video today. Go ahead and follow Richard on Instagram. He doesn't post to YouTube too much, but he's always on Instagram. That dude, if you are a heavier rider and you ride shit like me, then like I was saying earlier in the video, you know what I mean? Look for someone that's doing the stuff that you like to do. Get a wheel that they're riding. He loves this wheel, but without that suspension. He was totally happy with the Lynx S 70-pound suspension, and the OG shocks are just, I mean, the Lynx S shocks, I don't know if I said OG before, but yeah, he likes the OG shocks, doesn't like the S shocks, loves the power on this Lynx S. So for all you heavier riders, that's the guy you need to be following and you know, getting your information from, because this dude is out here, he's way bigger than me, but he's doing the same stuff. And so whatever wheel he's on, that's probably like the most torquey wheel, and you know, what all that. I don't like to like do a torque war or anything like that. I don't know why we need to figure out like what is the most torquey, because you know, if a 16-inch wheel is the most torquey, it still has a worse rolling, it has more resistance to roll over rocks. So I would never ride a 16-inch wheel. Even if they could be more torquey, I just don't care. But yeah, hope you learned something, and stay tuned.